Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Chilson. I'm back with another video. And in today's video, we will be reacting to what experts missed about DeMar DeRozan. But before we get into it, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, but it would be nice. Let's get straight into it.
An ESPN survey of 10 scouts and NBA execs ranked the Bulls signing DeRozan as the worst move of the offseason.
To win it!
Obviously, he's not.
And here are your starters in the backcourt.
He a whole all-star. Like, if you were to ask me who is the most underrated player in the league, I will always say DeMar DeRozan. Like, now he's getting the credit he deserves. Like, now he not underrated, but he need just a little bit more credit. You know what I'm saying? He finally an all-star. But yeah, DeMar DeRozan used to be very underrated because he wasn't on the winning team. Now he's on a winning team. He getting the credit he deserves.
From the Chicago Bulls.
There we go.
DeMar DeRozan. What a season for the 30-17 Bulls.
DeMar passed Wilt Chamberlain as the first player ever with 35 points or more in 7 straight games, shooting over 50%. Oh, and Wilt shot right at the basket. DeMar's a little more difficult. So how did everyone get this so wrong? What they didn't know is DeMar would play the best basketball of his life at 32 years old because he's finally winning a battle with depression he's fought his entire life. There are lots of inspiring stories about NBA players who survive a tough childhood. Kawhi Leonard watched his dad get shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, his dad got shot. Like, that's crazy. Like, bro, like, for you to do that, like, you really just, you just took his dad out his life. They went to the gas station every single day. Every day, and then you took him out his life. Whoever you are,
Shot at a car wash when he was just a kid. Jimmy Butler was homeless at 13 years old. But these stories always end with them getting drafted, becoming rich, living their NBA dream. The problem with those stories, though, is that money and success don't actually solve all their problems. No amount of nice clothes and fame can heal the trauma that they experienced as a kid. Well, DeMar grew up in Compton, California, which was run by street gangs. His first taste of violence was at 5 years old when his uncle was shot in the heart by a rival gang member. But despite that, DeMar joined a gang himself. He confirmed it, tweeting, "In high school, I wore blue every day." When trying to explain,
he said if it wasn't for the Crips, he wouldn't be here. He said that they knew not to shoot somebody who had a future, and DeMar DeRozan had a future. So basically, you can say, really it's because of him, because he's such a good basketball player. But at the same time, the Crips could have easily just killed him by now.
Explain his motivations back then, DeMar said, "It's the first thing that you feel accepted by. It's all I knew. I look back on it now and it makes no sense, but growing up, it made perfect sense." In 2009, his worst moment was losing his best friend. Damian Childs was killed over a dice game, and DeMar actually blamed himself. He said he was supposed to call Damian to hang out, but he didn't, and if DeMar kept his promise, then his best friend would still be alive. Well, if it wasn't for basketball, DeMar might not be with us. His dad, Frank, saw how talented DeMar was, and he pushed him to be a tough player who never showed any weakness. And that mindset actually got him out of Compton, eventually into the league, but it also made overcoming his depression almost impossible. One day, Frank went a little too hard on young DeMar and busted his lip. DeMar could taste his own blood, and it threw him off, but instead of comforting him, Frank went even harder. He blocked his shots and bullied him in the paint, and eventually DeMar just gave up. "I got in the car and cried all the way till we got home so I could tell my mama. But Frank told his wife he's gonna be a man one day, and the tougher I am on him, the better he'll be." So DeMar stuffed all of his pain. Instead of talking about it, he just punished opponents on the court. The day after his best friend died, for example, he dropped 60 against Compton College in a scrimmage. But when the game ended, his pain came back. In the 2000
And that's crazy. It's like, what if they both made it to the league? Like, just imagine you and your best friend or brother both make it to the league and y'all both NBA stars. That would have been crazy.
2009 draft, DeMar was a lottery pick out of USC by the Toronto Raptors. Not only was he
First dunked a basketball in 6th grade. I can't even touch him. But like at the same time, like I'm 5'4". Yes, I'm 5'4". But like if I was like when he was in the 6th grade, he was probably like already 6 foot. So if I was like 5'9", 5'10", I would be able to dunk.
going to move away from home for the first time in his life. He was going to a different country. The only thing that brought him comfort at that time was basketball and a best friend, Kyle Lowry. The two built Toronto into the number.
Should we say LeDirk? Because I reacted to a Conscious X video of Kyle Lowry or LeDirk playing the role of Kyle Lowry.
One team in the Eastern Conference, and they were like brothers off the court. After games, they had a saying with each other after every game in the locker room. They would say, back to reality, because basketball was so much better than actual life at that time. What Lowry didn't know is DeMar was at his lowest point in 2018. He felt more exhausted than he ever had for some reason. He would only get like 2 hours of sleep just staring at the ceiling, just reliving all of his dark past. He would somehow get up the energy to go back to training and playing every single day. Then something amazing happened. DeMar was named an all-star starter in 2018 in his hometown of Los Angeles. But instead of feeling happy for some reason, his depression only got worse. People were demanding money, tickets, attention. That week was actually one of the worst in his NBA career. DeMar said,
I'm saying it's like when you got so much money, it's like everybody asking you for money, everybody asking you, you know what I'm saying, for tickets. Like that's the thing about being a millionaire is like people just use you. Like people don't really want you. They just want money from you.
Said I had nothing left to give. Nothing. Physically, emotionally, mentally, I was down and out. So he decided to finally do something. On February 17th, 2018, DeMar tweeted out, "This depression get the best of me." And he posted a picture of the Joker on IG with the caption, "The worst part of having a mental illness is people expect you to behave as if you don't." This was a cry for help that his friends and his family had never seen before. His mom immediately reached out and told her son to see a psychiatrist. It's something she had done, and she told him there's nothing wrong with that. At the same time, the NBA world started asking questions. I mean, no one had ever been this upfront about their inner struggles. Overnight, DeMar became the face of mental health in the NBA. Pretty soon, other players like Kevin Love were talking about their struggles. And
Kevin Love, what happened to Kevin Love? Like, see, LeBron James can make a nobody to a whole all-star. Without LeBron James, Kevin Love is not even talked about. Is Kevin Love even in the league? I have not seen Kevin Love in about a good 2 years. I have not seen Kevin Love play in a long time.
And saying that they would never have spoken up if DeMar hadn't been so brave. So he spoke to a therapist, but it wasn't easy. He had never done that before. What really helped was talking to kids who were struggling too. He went all the way to Montana actually.
And it's like what a therapist is like. They could just be doing it because it's their job. It's like, do they really care? And it's like you don't even know that person. But like when you talk to like kids, it's like you don't know them either, but it feels like you have more of a connection.
To speak with a high school team whose community had seen a spike in teen depression. He connected with a player there one-on-one who then opened up to DeMar after seeing him be so vulnerable. DeMar said, next thing you know, that was real therapy. But just as DeMar was getting control of his mental health, his life turned upside down. The Raptors traded him to the Spurs for Kawhi Leonard in the summer of 2018. He was devastated being separated from his best friend Kyle Lowry, and he felt betrayed because he wanted to retire as a Raptor. And on top of that, his dad got really sick. Frank had been dealing with health problems for years, but this...
I mean, he might just get a ring this year, to be honest. I mean, like, he might not because Of course, the Warriors are winning the finals, of course. You know what I'm saying? As long as Curry is in the league, he's winning another finals. But, like, at the same time, the Bulls could make it to the Eastern Conference Finals.
This was serious. Luckily, though, he was on a team that valued family over everything. The Spurs leaked nothing to the media, and Greg Popovich told DeMar to fly home and come back whenever he could. He didn't even have to play games if he didn't want to. But DeMar did not want to be a distraction, even if he barely got any sleep. Eventually, Frank died in January of 2021. But like always, DeMar shined when things got tough. Pop made him a point guard for the first time in his life, and DeMar just doubled his assists while leading the team in points. By last summer, he was the most wanted man in free agency. DeMar spoke with LeBron and actually thought he would be headed home back to LA, before the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook instead. The Bulls
Traded for Russell Westbrook. Man, this crazy, bro. Russell Westbrook, I think he can really average another triple-double, but off of turnovers and bricks and air balls. This man just be hitting the most wildest shots. It's like, he don't just be missing shots. He be hitting the side of the backboard, the top of the backboard. He be airballing. And it's very crazy because I saw this video of saying that the NBA is scripted, which I think it is. Like, I think that to a certain extent, all sports are scripted just for like entertainment purposes. The WWE is 100% scripted and fake. But I saw the video saying that the Lakers might win the championship. I might actually react to that video saying the Lakers might win the championship, breaking it all down in the media, and the Lakers are purposely playing bad to make us think they suck. But if they actually do maintain the championship this year, the NBA is 100% staged.
Eventually signed him, and they immediately proved the haters wrong. DeMar unveiled a shoulder tattoo during the season of the best portrait of his dad. He says finally speaking up about his issues got him through Frank's passing and everything else. It's just freedom. It's kind of like driving on a bumpy road for so long that you get used to it, to where when you finally hit the smooth pavement, you really don't realize how smooth it is because you've been riding on a bumpy road for so long. And by the way, I'm not saying his depression is gone, it's just under control. DeMar says he treats it like a video game where he learns from struggles to get to the next level in the future. It's what the experts just couldn't see when they slammed the DeMar DeRozan signing this summer. But now he is playing more free and with more joy than he ever has before. One guy we haven't seen all year is Zion Williamson, and he's actually...
Crazy thing is, we just got done reacting to him. When is Zion Williamson coming back? I don't even know. At this point, I mean, who really cares? Because, like, Zion Williamson, he just eating and eating and eating. Like, he not even maintaining his weight, and that's the reason why he getting injured. Because every time he come down, you got 285 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard he like 315, 330. He might as well be a football player at this point. You know what I'm saying? He don't care about his team like that. He not talking to his teammates. CJ McCollum came. He couldn't even text him. But at the same time, it could just be a matter of he just need his space, I guess. But I don't know. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Comment down what y'all think. And as always, it's your boy Chisel. And kids, don't do drugs.